Welcome. Today we're going to do gathering of the red osier dogwood for making dream catchers, traditional dream catchers. And when I come out, you're going to find that there's similar trees that look similar to the red osier dogwood. The main thing that, especially in the fall, it's red. That's the biggest indicator, it's red. But during the summertime, it'll actually be this color here, where it's more green, right? And so uh, also what grows around red osier dogwood is birch trees, and they look similar as well. They got the little dots all over them. See all those little dots? Just like the red osier has all the little dots on it. But you can see the color is way different. And that's where the mixture, the confusion comes in at times, is when the red osier is still in the summer color of greenish. But you can feel too that they feel different. This one's a little bit smoother with the lumps. On the red osier, when you rub it up and down, you can feel the lumps a lot defined more, right? And so when we're gathering these, before taking the life of any plant, you got to give it intent. And also too, the leaves. A lot of the times when I'm doing it, the leaves aren't there anyway. So if you're fortunate enough to have the leaves on the red osier dogwood, it's smooth on the outside. And if you look at the birch tree, it's got really it's fall. It's got toothy on the outside, right? So there's a difference in the leaves as well, right? And so whenever you take the life of something, even if it's for a craft, while it's still alive, you got to give it intent. What are you intending to take its life for? What are you intending to take part of its life for? And that way, the medicine that resides in the spiritual aspects of the plant will all be focused when the craft is being made. And so we're going to do dream catchers. And if you want to make a really big one, well, then you can cut the whole big stalk, the big thick stalk. But when I make my dream catchers, I'm usually hunting after the little stalks that come off of the tree, right? And I don't normally like to rip anything off. I like to use cutters to cut it off gently, right? And so that I don't tear any more than I have to do, right? And so before you take it, you got to do the prayer, you got to do the medicine offering. And what I do is I have tobacco. You don't necessarily have to have tobacco if you're a non-smoker. You could use cedar if you have cedar. You could use devil's club shavings. Like these medicines that we use are also offerings as well. So you don't have to run around and spend $80 for a pack of cigarettes. And I know they're about $80 for a pack of cigarettes now, right? And so I have this one here, and I'm going to take that one there. I could probably make two out of this one, but I'm going to show you how to make one with it, right? And so the intent that I have will come directly from the prayer that I'm about to give, right? And so there's a couple of ways of doing this. So you can hold the tobacco up to the Creator. You can hold it to Mother Earth. I myself, the way I do it, I like looking at the plant that I'm going to gather from to show it the respect that this is the one I'm going for, right? So that it doesn't know that its cousin over here isn't the one that I want. I want this one here. And so, to the red osier dogwood plant, I offer you this tobacco or this sacred mixture to show you my gratitude and appreciation for giving up part of your life so that it may use you only in a sacred way while making dream catchers. I ask that you share your magical powers, your spiritual powers, and your healing powers with whoever may receive you. I also ask that you filter out any of the negative dreams and allow the participants that are using the dream catcher to learn the lessons from the bad dreams, and so that they don't happen anymore. I also ask that you bring gentle dreams to them and in a language that they may understand so that they know that there's lessons within their dreams. For all these things, I thank you, Great Spirit, the Creator, and to the willow plant. All my relations, I hope. And so what I do is I sprinkle wherever I'm going to get it, and I grab it. That was a lot that I just used, by the way. More isn't better. It's just more. I should have just used half of what I just used. But This is for learning purposes, so that's I didn't do that intentional. It just happened for a teaching, right? And so now that I have my prayer done, I'm going to gather this, and I like to gather it down close to the base, right? That way it can heal itself really fast, right? And so once I have this, I can do one of two things. I can wait till I get home, or I could start doing it right now while it's fresh. And you're gonna find if you go like this with the thicker ones, just kind of bend it a little bit. And once you get a little bit of a bend, it won't snap and it won't break, right? And you can leave the leaves on or you can take them off. I'm gonna take them off just for now, just because it's a better example. Right? So once I have that, now you can make a teardropped one. The traditional one was actually teardrop. And then I can make my webbing in there. Or you can make the newer ones where it's rounded, and what you're gonna do is this here. You're gonna just go about halfway on each side. From there, you're gonna wind it around. Once that's wound around, and when it dries, it'll dry hard as a rock, right? And you got this sticking out, you got that sticking out, you got that. But when we do our webbing, the half hitches are gonna hold all that together, right? And so now I have my dream catcher in a traditional one. Now what I would have did back in the day before we started using sinew, because sinew was valuable, super valuable for sewing and everything else. We wouldn't just use it on a dream catcher. What we would do is get this done early in the morning when it's still frosty outside. And when you see the frost, you're going to see spider webs all over the place. You're going to just run this right into your spider web. Let's imagine or pretend there's a spider web between here and here. All I would do is run my dream catcher into it, and it's really cool because the web itself will wrap itself around. And then I have myself a traditional dream catcher. Awesome, right? And I think that's about it. So remember, COVID's happening for us, not to us, and laughter is the best medicine.